Hey guys, it's the Nerdy Movie Guy. So today I want to talk about an action movie called Two Guns. Now I have the steelbook here from Best Buy. So it's with Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington, where Denzel Washington plays Bobby and Mark Wahlberg plays Stig. So in this movie, to give you guys a brief synopsis, is Stig is Navy and Bobby is DEA. So they're both sort of partnering together to sort of take down sort of this drug kingpin. But both of their agencies send them in to work with each other, not knowing that the other is essentially government as well. So that kind of throws in, its quirky plot twists sort of in the first half. And it sort of just uses it as a comedy crutch for, I would say, the first half of the movie, because there's a lot of back and forth where they're trying to figure out what each other are really doing, what their plans are, because when they discover that each other are both government, it sort of just plays into, the rest of the first half of the movie, I would say, where they're both trying to figure out what each other are going to do about it. They both sort of get blindsided. They're both sort of betrayed by each other. They both want to work with each other. They both don't know if they can work with each other. So that's sort of the dynamic in the first half of the movie. Now, when the first half comes to a close, by that point, I won't spoil the plot for you guys. By that point, the plot is sort of laid out for you guys. You understand what's going on, who's dirty, who's not, which agency wants what, wants who. And when you go into the second half of the movie, the action really picks up because now there's a plot rolling forward constantly throughout the rest of the movie. And it just really picks up at that point. And so in this movie, you got comedy roles, it's an action movie, and it just sort of has this kind of Western vibe to it throughout the whole time. You know, you got this drug kingpin down in Mexico, you got everyone wearing cowboy boots and cowboy hats. So it's not a Western movie, but it has a Western vibe through, I would say, the whole thing, pretty much. Now, this one's pretty funny. It was a funny movie. I think the acting's pretty good between Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington. I don't know, Mark Wahlberg has his Oscar-worthy acting in here, but for what it's worth, I think he was a fun character. It was interesting watching him in this movie, and I think these two actors worked really well. Their dynamic that the studio and these two actors kind of helped create really worked for this kind of a movie. And I appreciated what they did with it, because I thought it was just entertaining through and through. Like I said, it's comedy and action, which when you blend those two together, sometimes you get duds, sometimes you get great movies. And this is one of those that I think is sort of in between. There's some cliche stuff in here, but at the end of the day, it's entertaining. And that's really all you want from an action comedy movie. Because, like I said, a lot of those can be duds, and it's really easy for one to become a dud. So this one's not the case. So that was great. And in this movie, when you sort of get to the second half, I would say the last 20, 25 minutes, there's a lot of plot twists thrown at you, especially in the last 10 minutes. It's one of those movies where the plot sort of keeps building and building, and as we get toward the ending, everything becomes more and more big. The plot twist isn't confusing, but if you're an extremely casual movie watcher, this plot could get confusing for you. If you're one of those people that, halfway pays attention to the movie, or maybe you're on your phone during the movie, or maybe you walk away in the middle of the movie for a couple minutes to get a snack, go to the bathroom, whatever. If you're not paying attention 100%, at least in the second half, you will probably end up lost. So it's definitely worth, the plot is definitely worth one being paid attention to understand everything it has to offer. So at the end of the day, I love this one. It's pretty cool. I wanted to see more of Denzel Washington's work, and this is another movie I've seen of his. I want to see more. Mark Wahlberg's always pretty funny. He's a great action star. It'd be cool to see him in more and more roles like this one, because I think he did this pretty well. So I can't wait to see what's next for Denzel Washington, Mark Wahlberg. This movie's pretty cool. I don't know if there's ever going to be a sequel for this one. There could be, maybe not. I don't know. It didn't really have a cliffhanger where you expect a sequel, but it's one of those where just kind of either there will or there won't be. So if you want another action movie, if you like Mark Wahlberg, if you like Denzel Washington, cool, check this movie out. I've not done my research, but I'm pretty sure there's a Blu-ray copy for this. So you don't have to get the Steelbook, you don't have to get the 4K. You have, I would say, a few options for you if you want to add this movie to your physical collection. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I've been the Nerdy Movie Guy. Keep watching movies, everyone.